All right, hey folks, we are going to continue working on artwork for Eberron today.
Right.
Hey folks, we are going to
Sounds like my
continue
sound's
working
coming
on
through
artwork.
good, so that is awesome. I like this scheduling thing that we have going on with the stream, so I don't have to fire through all my updates while I'm live here and trying to keep you entertained. But for the record, hey, my name is Phil Kearney. I create role-playing games, I illustrate them, I publish them online, and we are currently working on an adventure for Eberron in Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition, 3 to 5 characters, level 7 to 8. Crystals in my bar. Cheers. So we've been building this for over a year now, and currently we're working on creature token assets for the Act 3 dungeon, the underground laboratory. It's an environment for it's basically an underground necromancy lab that's going awry. There's living NPCs, and then there's a bunch of undead and demonic creatures and stuff like that. So we're going to start the process of building creatures. So we want the animated safe, and let's see, what else do we need? We need oh no, all right, there we go, like that. We'll go Red Wolf, so Red Wolf Mercenary. That's the name of the platoon that is recruited as mercenaries to help police the region for the Emerald Claw mooks. For lack of a better word, we'll just call them mooks. We have, let's see, Captain Carl. And we have the Houndsman, which is one of the Emerald Claw lieutenants. And we have Karen, the Enchanter, who is an Emerald Claw necromancy enchantress type character. And we have Sulsu, who is the crime boss. For the organization, for the basically the Emerald Claw in command. Let's see. Oh, lab assistant. One and lab assistant 2. I have 2 types of lab assistants. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Cool. So we're starting with this. Ooh, wait. No, we have the Shambling Mound already. We have the Othiogs already. We have the Black Pudding already. We have the Shadow Mastiff. Or imps. We need imps. Hey Zona, how you doing? Imp. 1, 2, 3, 4, and another 10. All right, so cool. We finished flooding the underground resource, the bunker. Basically, it's flooded. We finished the artwork for that. I still have some alignment issues. I'm going to do that off screen. I've also got editing going on for Act 3 off screen. And we need to finish the finale and the wrap up and the conclusion, and the art and the appendices, and then the text portion of the adventure should be done. We're angling into having that finished in May, and then it'll be book composition from there, layouts and composition from there. So I'm hoping I can get all these tokens done, and all the little map vignettes that we still need to do for the forest and inside the manifest zone. We have like maybe 6 little like 20 by 20 map vignettes that we need to do. And then we have a couple villager tokens that we need to do, some significant named NPCs and villagers. So there's like maybe 5 of those that we need to do on top of these 10. That should cap. These should cap off the That should cap off all the NPC tokens that we need for the adventure. Get the maps done, that'll be taken care of, and then we can start pulling all the pieces together and start going through the illustration process of building the actual book itself, like we did with the Spelljammer Combat and Exploration last month. So, hey, yeah, right on. Hey, right on, good. Right on, right on. Yeah, thanks a lot for checking in, Zana. I really appreciate it. I'll be back at lunch today to continue exploring martial powers, and then that'll be in about 6 hours or so. And then in about 12, 13-ish hours, I'll be back on working the Spelljammer vocab base train into a Mega Crab. So we got some other stuff to check out today. You are certainly, as always, Zona, welcome to check in and see how we're doing. Love having you here. So you have a great day at work, man, and I will see you on the other side. So I'm going to, let's do Strongbox safe. I don't know, man. I think I like that. Let's see what other options. Just looking for a shape I like. I think I like that. Let's see what color that is, see if it jives. Bit off blue. I don't think I like that color. I like the ideas into it though. I like this one, looks smart to me. That's just a flat black, huh? Yeah. Okay, I think that's my color of choice right there. Just gonna go with beep beep burp and then bloop. Rhino. Okay, I think I know where we're at here. Okay. All right, let's have at it. Here and here, here. There, and hey, we get to make another crab. All things eventually evolve into crabs. Especially my stuff. All my shit ends up as crabs. So the idea here is that the Solzu and his lieutenants have stuff that they want to keep safe, like their spell books, magic items, as well as some teleportation circled runes that they don't want to just have laying around for people to fuck around with. So they're keeping them in a safe. And if the safe gets messed with, it animates into this construct, and primarily it just tries to run away to go find Solzu, and so that he knows somebody's trying to mess around with his safe. If the team does manage to crack it open and subdue if you open the safe without using the combination, then it animates, basically. If you try 3 times and get it wrong, it animates. And unless you know the password, it will attack you. And that's pretty good here. Here. And its primary goal is to dash action out the door to go find Solzu, which is just down the hallway. If you're close enough, if Solzu and his gain are close enough that if you were to use the knock spell to try to crack this open, it would 100% be heard. Unavoidable. The knock spell has like a 600-foot reach that alerts anyone that a lock just got snapped, which is like a big red flag in any place that has security issues. You know what? Nah, let's do like that. And let's grab these things like this. That might be a bit too high off the ground. A little bit stubbier. To note its sturdiness. Let's distort here. That feels good. Hey, what's up? Hey, Chronic. It's good to see you, my guy. A rare treat. This feels like the general vibe that I want. Note to self, make stat block. My nose is itchy. Hold on. Poof. What's going on, man? I'm apparently having a moment. Start with just a dull gray base, and then we'll add in highlights and shadow. Absolutely no reason for anyone inside of the facility to be messing around with a safe without knowing the combination. Antico P, what's up? Hi-yo. So we'll build this out here, and then we'll be able to simplify the line art. So we make rough line art like, you know, like comic books, right? We do some sketching, and then we do some color overlay to make sure that the outline feels good, and then we refine. here. Like that's the leg down here. So then I want to have this here. We got this joint leg here. This should be like that. There we go. Here, like that. I think that works. We can use that as a base. Can I make Goku? Probably. Right now I'm making creature tokens for an Eberron adventure. This is an animated safe. If you don't know, the bosses that are running the dungeon have their like spell books and some magic items secured in a safe, and if you don't get the combination right after a few tries, or if you magically open the box, then the safe is animated and it runs off to try to find its master, which is like maybe 150 some odd feet away, crawling through the dungeon space that this is inside of. So it becomes a chase mission. During that, it's a chase encounter to catch it and stop it before it catches up with its master. But Goku, yeah, I could probably do Goku. I'm honestly not very interested in doing so, but it was a nice quick head check. These legs are up too high; they need to be dropped down. So I'm going to drop the opacity on that a little bit. Now that I have a general gist of how I want this to look, we can go back in. Well, good. See you later, my guy. I hope your quest for Gokus are successful. Man on a mission. Gotta admire a brand who knows what he wants. Transform. Reduce the size of that interior space a bit. Baff. Why is my nose just like freaking itchy? It's not like I've been tweaking lately. Zero nose candy, no reasons. There's that, and let's see. Let's drop the opacity on this box just a touch so the line art doesn't get in the way of where we're at here. Start with the leg joints down here. Place. Really character design. So we had our session 0 on Saturday morning. That's why I wasn't streaming, because I've got a Saturday game that I'm running. We got a team of 4, some regulars on the Discords that I hang out with. Who do we got? We have Shaywin, we have NAC, Goblin Lord, and Nitrocium. Nitroserum, thank you, or whichever channels we're on. Everyone's always a little different depending on where they're bouncing through. But yeah, it's super fun character builds that we have going on. I am sincerely excited about starting the third level playtest for the martial power system and the Rebel Belt. I think there's going to be I think we're just going to have a lot of fun, and we'll see if they find anything that just doesn't work or not. So if we find something that breaks the game, we get to fix it because it's not done yet. So I'm excited about that. Finding the hidden flaws that I just can't see somehow, if there are any. I'm pretty good at finding glitches, but that doesn't mean that they don't exist. And I'm not so vain as to think that I may not have missed any, which is why playtesting is so important. I can see people getting away with not playtesting, like a subclass maybe, or like if a spell just kind of makes sense. I don't think you necessarily have to field test it. Like if you're going to build an entirely new character class, or if you're building an entire system, like resource system, action economy, or like spell casting system, like we're doing, I think playtesting is absolutely crucial so that you can understand the strengths and weaknesses of the thing that you built. And it might be really strong on its own, but it always benefits from having more engagement. It's just weird. It's just the chaotic interactions that you get from live gameplay is what points out, oh yeah, this is going to be broken if we keep doing this. How can we hot fix it? And then coming up with a solution and then playing it in like there in the actual moment, you know, like spontaneous. Let's fix this thing, and then you do, and it's like, wow, that's awesome. You get to be part of that process. It's a lot of fun. I really enjoy that. So. Big hopes for the playtest. And the Martial Powers book is the next big project that I'm working on after this one, after this Eberron adventure finishes. So I have a lot of motivation to keep driving this forward, as well because I got like maybe 4 months worth of playtesting going on. So while that playtesting process is proceeding, we'll be moving down the road to get this thing published as well, clearing a path for them to be able to dive more fully into Martial Powers as our primary project. And of course, once we get this off of our plate, the first thing we'll do is build the book cover, because you always want to start with a book cover, so that doesn't become your bottleneck to completing the project. Plus, it helps envision what you. It helps, what's the word I'm actually? It helps showcase what you're envisioning for the system. A good book cover will help frame that conversation. And so I'm officially putting out vibe energy to have a good idea for the book cover be created, because you have like infinite character possibilities. How do you bond that down into just one single illustration? And that's why we get paid the big bucks, to answer that question. Speaking of big bucks, thanks a lot for everybody that's been supporting the Spelljammer project that got finished and published on DMsGuild. It's still hanging strong in the top 20. I think it's number 13 today. And I'm hoping to get the asteroid asset packet completed so I can start bundling things with it. Start creating value add opportunities for people picking up the book. And I do love bundling. want these legs a little stubby. I don't want them too extended because that I think would contradict the squat, heavy frame of the safe. Like if the legs are too spindly, I think that'd be like a contradictory flavor for what we're intending like a safe to be. So maybe though I can increase the size. That feels actually really good. Nice. That feels about right. Make another one. So we're going to work on some more giant crab spaceship tonight for expanding Spelljammer. Everything evolves into crabs eventually, right? So here I am making a crab safe, and we'll be working on crabs some more tonight. Crab, crab, crab everywhere. They got crabs. Who's got crabs? We all got crabs. We got crabs. Isn't that wonderful? No, that's not what I wanted to do. Thank you for participating. I want to, for transform, pull that leg down, pull it out like that. That feels pretty good so far, man. Good, very good. There we go. And then pull that forward. Pull that forward a touch. I can lift this up a little bit higher. I feel like I want to free transform, skew, angle that a bit. Yeah, that feels pretty good. Let's see, back box. Can I do something cheeky and like, not sure how I'm gonna get the symmetry here, but I'm gonna try. Free transform. This isn't gonna work. But I could. Let's go with free transform, give it a tilt, skew, pull it here like that. If I free transform and flip that. And then I free transform, skew like that. Too much skew. Maybe a little bit of perspective. Too much perspective. There we go. Maybe you'll like that. To bring this in a bit. And then this last leg here. Going to... Ooh, that's what we need to do. Maybe we can do that. Take these two things. Free transform. Up to here, free transform, skew some more. There. Bah. That feels pretty good. Yeah, like that. And then let's see, perspective. Would that distort is what I want. Like that. And then this front leg. Let me pull that in here like that a bit. All right. Let's make sure that everything's in proper balance. There, that fits better. Now, you know what? It could just be that this just isn't seen. That could just be how it sits. So you gotta be okay with that. Which means that we have a little bit more degree of freedom again back here to have some more perspective angling into this. Since we're not going to be crowding it, I do want this to be a... Whoa, hey there, Spiky. Go like that. Make this a bit bigger. Bump. And bring that back leg in a little bit more. That feels good. And here. Tilt that a bit more. Get that angle. That feels pretty good. And here. And that back foot's just gonna have like just a little peg down there. It's feeling pretty good. How's that sit? This doesn't sit badly. Scooch that a bit. let's make that a bit bigger. Looking for that balance point. Skew. Kick that foot out a bit. That, I don't know, man, that's feeling pretty good. There, that means that that back leg needs to tilt up. Some burp. Kind of like that. Very out of view. Very, very hidden. Here. We got a tilt going. I don't think I necessarily like. That feels pretty trundly. I think I like that. Skew. Just a touch. That fits pretty nicely. All right, well, hey, that's it. I don't have a timer set. I've got 40 minutes left, so we're doing really, really good here. Get rid of that. Pull up a timer. Activate. I can't believe I don't have a timer going. Blap. 20 minutes on the block. 2 of those. I'm done for the day. Sip of coffee. Brah. What a great morning. Had a great weekend. Time spent with my gal on the weekend is beautiful time. REF. Box. Front. Back. Trash. I'm going to build up the line art so that the line art looks good, and then we drop in the color so that the coloring is easy because the line art is clean. If I chintz on the line art, it turns it makes the coloring process more challenging. That feels pretty good. The box up to 100%. Seeing that that's looking weird. That belongs there. That feels better. What? No, get out of here. This is what I want. Don't necessarily believe that we should be able to see all that gearbox stuff underneath there, though. Bring that up to there. That gives us space for claws and stuff in the front, so that makes sense. So I guess we can just go ahead and blip all that out of the way. Leave that in place. Yeah, so far this seems to be making some sense. We can bring this in like that. Burp. Huh, that momentarily resolves that. Let's take that to here. We're making decisions here, folks. That seems pretty simple. I think I can get away with that. So now that we have the general gist of everything, I think we can bind that all in together there like that, and then drop the opacity again, since we're starting to clean up the individual components. We can start going through here and doing some cleanup. I want to keep these leg joints simple so I can replicate them easily across the 6 different perspectives. But there needs to be enough mechanical complexity that it's like realistically like this is a robot limb, you know? I mean, it's no Goku, but it's we got to make it look good, you know? Sorry, that just tickles me to no end. Can you make Goku? Yes, I can. Oh, okay, thanks, bye. I love that. A man on a mission. Cheers to you, my guy. Cheers to you. You pursue your truth. That feels pretty good. Yeah, I like that. brain is glitching back there. All right, let's just stay focused on the present. That feels pretty good. That goes like that, and that goes like that. And this goes like that. Means that well, Erpsy der. Feels good. Ugh, that feels horrible. What have I done? Merge that down. Fade it back even further. Hey Karen, how you doing? It's good to see you. We can drop the opacity on this down a bit. That puts this back foot here into that space there. Oh my god, how horrible. Right on. Glad you're back back on your nose? Back on your feet? I don't know. I don't know what the congratulatory language there is for recovering from a sinus infection, but I'm glad that you have. Sinus stuff is dreadful. Those legs are sitting fairly pretty. Yeah, no kidding. That looks pretty good. Now we want to do the mechanical arms. Very simple structure. Just circles and squares, basically elongated boxes. It's not a very complicated mechanical structure. Not a lot of intricate joints that we have to worry about too much to make this thing work and go. What's up? Trying to move down into my lung. Yeah, no kidding. I wish you great success in your fight for health. Little bit of tangential lines in here. But I think we're looking good overall. Bop, bop, bop. Like that. I like the idea of giving it an antenna, but it's not appropriate. Well, I'm glad. The further distant it can have, the better. This is an animated safe. The spellcaster, the wizard types that are overseeing the operations inside of the necromancer dungeon. They have spell books and some magic items that they want to keep secure in case of weirdness. So they have a strong box, and the strong box, if you get the combination wrong 3 times, or if you try to use a spell to open it without knowing the combination, that triggers the safe to animate. And here's a generic safe, but now out from the bottom, legs and claws pop up, and it just its primary mission is just to run away, to go find its boss, its master that actually owns the strongbox, which is the necromancer Solzu, who is in the ritual chamber performing the ritual to bring Mabar into Eberron. So he's kind of stuck and can't really do much about any kind of problems, but he has henchmen that if the party screws around with it, it's about 3 or 4 rounds away from being able to get from where it's located to where the NPC bosses are at. So it puts them on a chase and a timer that they have to tackle and keep the box from moving forward without drawing attention to themselves. So it's a fun little mini game that crops up if they're clumsy, which I just think is fun. Let's see. Let's drop the opacity on this a touch, and then I kind of just want to duplicate this. There. Alright, we have 20 minutes left. But yeah, sorting out all the bobs and bibs of how this thing do is the challenge. I see text. I'll catch up with you in a second. There, like that. Clean that up like that. Erase that, and then erase that. It cleans up that bit some. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, definitely. That's the intent. Is just to slow them down, give them a ticking clock, to give them something to panic over. A lot of, especially if they're attempting to conduct an extensive stealth mission, like having a fucking up something like this to create something that can make a lot of noise and clatter around and stuff, and something worth chasing is a fun little twist, I think. Now I have, okay, so now that we have all the basics, I still need to put the wheel in place and. It's the stupid little things that that players run into during dungeons and heists and stuff that cause the most fun and chaos for them. And it's always something like really small and random that the team decides to dive in hard on. It's always funny. Like they get hyper obsessed with a guard's backstory or something. And it's just like, wow, this detail was completely meaningless until you decided to build your entire campaign around it. So, since this is where your team's passion is at, who am I to slow you down, right? Let's make this about Wally the Guard and his trials and tribulations moving forward. It's all Wally all the time now. Yeah, session 0 this Saturday for the Martial Powers playtest. That went really well. We got a team of players that I personally appreciate a lot. Shaywin and Nitrocium Serum, Nitro Serum. I always get that wrong. NAC and Goblin Lord are all people that have kicked around here on the channel with me in the past, that jumped into my Discord, and since they're in the community, when the call for playtesters popped up, they volunteered and helped establish that Saturday would be the day. And they all came in and built out 3rd level characters, and we have a super fun collection of characters. We've got a Paladin, Oath of the Crown, that's playing Boros, and we have a Rakdos Barbarian, Path of the Giant with Lycanthropy, and God, what else do we have? We have a Simic Hybrid Monk, and that's playing the 4 elements because, you know, blue-green energy off of Simic makes for real easy Way of the 4 Elements language. And then we have a Battle Master that has absolutely everything in their kit is built around giving other people more action economy and being just a heavy support character. So it's a really cool mix. There's a decent set of healing and defensive options. There's a lot of just raw hostility and damage capability that the team can put out, and a little bit of utility that they've decided to bake in. And of course they're all prep casters, so they can swap out the kit of powers that they use each session. But when they go into a session, they're bound to what they chose, because, you know, of long rest mechanics. But every time they start a new as they're going through the hex crawl, every time they go into a new environment, it's going to be at the start of completing a short. It'll be at the beginning of. It'll be after completing a long rest that they'll be able to dive into the next environment. So they should always be fairly fresh and strong. I'm going to drop this and this down into the trash. We have this. It's just one more paint over that we need to lock in the line art here. And where am I at with my timer? Cool. Yeah, thanks, Karen. Yeah, it's just a fun little doohickey, you know? It's just a thing. Bibs and bobs. So the martial powers test is going to go from level 3 to 9. We're going to spend a month at 3rd level, and then a month at 5th level, and then ninth level. 3, 5, 7, 9 done. And I already spent a lot of time at 15th through 20th level with my home table over the past year. So I'm pretty confident about the high level gameplay in general. Since I want to lock down the low level play to make sure it feels right and the resource management is good and that there's nothing that's coming through as too broken for the game system. And assuming that everything should click into place. This is hardly just a formality. We're looking for flaws and any kind of weird mechanic interactions that might not just be detectable by eyeballing it on paper, but that's why you need the playtest stuff. I'll also be firing it probably in about a month from now. I'm going to run a playtest for the for the Spelljammer scenario that I'm building using Vocaf's Battle Crab modification, the map that we're working on Mondays and Thursday nights, including tonight. Stay tuned tonight in about 12.5-ish hours for us to do some Spelljammer mega ship creation, and we're pitting the team against a small fleet of Xeraxian star mobs to see if the team can plausibly hold them off for like say 4 or 5 rounds. And if they can, then we know we've got a decent little encounter, because the goal of the encounter isn't to kill the players, it's to establish the strength of the Xeraxian armada. And if the team punches them in the nose and they bleed a little bit, then the team will be able to demonstrate, see, the Xeraxians ain't so tough. Follow us, and we'll lead you to vengeance / victory / whatever your motives are. That'll be a fun little tangent adventure to spice up the 3rd act of Doomspace in the Spelljammer Ladder Xeraxis adventure that Wizards created. And yeah, that's starting to look pretty good here. I'm liking this. Straight. I'm going to put a buckle around this here. Yeah. So we're going to explore martial powers a little bit more at lunchtime today, but I don't think I think I have to go downtown tomorrow. So I don't think I'm going to be on at lunchtime as normal tomorrow. So we'll have I'm not sure what I might have to bounce out of here like at 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. So I might have a brief online session here in the morning as well, which is something that happens every quarter. I normally work from home, but once a quarter we have an all-hands meeting in the office, and that's in downtown Seattle. So I get to make the trek on the bus from Everett to Seattle. It's about an hour and a half ride between the transfers and the actual mileage. So it's something I don't have to do often. Just once a quarter, show up, verify I'm still alive, plug in, say hey to folks, and then get out, go home, and get back to work. So I can't get any work done while I'm actually in office. But it's nice to connect. There we go. Yeah, we can just do overlay like that. That's fine. Reduce the size just a touch. There we go. Sitting pretty well. It's not perfect, but it's still sitting pretty nicely. Now. Straighten that up. Yeah. So far, so good. So what? I feel like that's off. Merge down, and let's grab this because this is also off. Better. Better, 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 better. Merge down. Do this again. Good. I feel like this is a little squinched. There's that. little off. I need to bring that in just a touch like that. Oof, a lot of tangents over in that corner, but I'm okay with it. There. Drop this into the trash folder. That's a fairly clean... God, that's messy. I was about to say, that's a fairly clean format. But then we got this bullshit happening down here, which is decidedly not clean. That's better. A little bit of cleanup. Hey, what's up? I don't expect to have a lot of color in there. It's mostly gray tone and black. Maybe a little bit of blue. Uh-oh. But the shading on it, the highlights and the shadow, that's all going to be a lot of fun. Because it is metallic, it'll be like really absolute. I think that's where the fun will be. All right, so hey, I think that's decent line art for this thing, and so we're going to merge that down. Here's the base color that we were looking at. Toss that into the trash, and I've got just enough time, I think, for us to just lay in some base color here. This will be the base that we start with, and we'll have to pick this up tomorrow. But I can at least block this in, just to get a feel for the silhouette a little bit more. And once I have this blocked in, I have to go for the day. Or for this session anyway. So we'll finish this tomorrow morning. Move on to the next token. We're going to be back in about... we're going to be back for lunch to do more martial powers work. That'll be in about... it's almost 8 o'clock here. That'll probably be like in 5-ish hours. And then we'll be back on tonight in about 11 and a half hours. Somewhere between 11 and 12 hours, we'll be back online tonight working on Spelljammer, Vocap's mega ship. There, that's the base model. Neat little animated safe. So yeah, when we come back, we'll do the coloration on this. We'll be back at lunch today. We'll be back Spelljammer tonight. Back at this tomorrow morning. I'm not sure what my schedule is going to be like tomorrow morning because I have to go downtown. So it's going to be a little scuttly. feel like I need to... You can't see what I'm pointing at. I feel like I need to trim the perspective on this, like, just a tick. Like, something like that would be better perspective. But we'll come back and mess around with it. Yeah, just like that little instance. This helps lock in the perspective a little bit better. But this is a fun little box. This is a neat, simple little artifact machine that just gets to scurry around the dungeon and cause chaos. So, yeah. Thanks a lot for hanging out, guys. Karen, it's great to see you. Zona and Chronix, everybody, thanks a lot for hanging out. I will be back. I'll see you when I get to. Plug in as you please. So, later, guys.